Okay, folks, guess what? We got pizza today. You may know that pizza is best to cut, rather than trying to grab the whole thing and stuff it in. So you want to slice it. If your pizza wheel is dull, it's going to be a problem. So let's show you today how to sharpen a pizza wheel. All right. Now, if you have the Ken Onion model, it's the one here, the bigger one, the variable speed and all that. It's got 5 different grits, and it's got this angle guide. Let's take that angle guide off, set that aside. We want to work with the belt open here. We want to use about a medium speed, not too fast, not too slow, sort of in between. And we're going to take the wheel now. It's got a bevel. Sometimes it's just on one side, sometimes on both, but you want to try to match that angle as best you can. So what we're going to do here is drop this wheel down on the belt. Now, right now we're using an X4 belt. This is about a 3,000 grit, that clay belt. The 6,000 grit belt might work well too. You want to use a polishing belt, a fine belt, if the blade is not damaged or anything, but just needs a little sharpening. So you just touch that down on the belt, and there it is, spinning away. That's what you want. And now, if it gets spinning too fast, you can just put your finger over and touch that wheel so you can slow it down a little bit so it doesn't go too fast. And sometimes you might want to sort of help it along and get it moving, and then it'll start spinning. And then you turn around to the other side and catch that one as well. So there we go. And needs a little kickstart here. Or you can actually just manually turn it with this one finger carefully while you're going up against that belt. So those are some ways, but you need to get this turning slower than the actual belt is spinning. All right? So that's that. We got trains and all kinds of stuff coming through here, so sorry about the noise, but you can also use your 6,000. Now, if the wheel is nicked or damaged or really dull, then drop down in grit. This is an X22, about 1,000 grit, and that would be proper probably for taking the nicks out, and then come back to your X4 or your 6,000. Okay? So that's how you would go about getting these sharp. And then you're ready to slice up some pizza, and it'll cut real nice. All right. Now, some of you have the original sharpener, so let's do this. Just going to show you quickly because it's the same process, and this one has that 6,000 belt, so that's good. And you can pop that on there and turn it and get it spinning, you see, and there it is turning. And then come over to the other side and get that side turning as well. Help it along if it needs it. Careful when you put your finger around. You don't want to hit that edge, and sharpen it up. Okay? Or you could drop down if it's nicked or damaged to your 220, but don't take a fresh one. Get one that's been heavily used, so it's worn, so it's more like maybe 400, 600, 800, 1,200, something like that, to take the damage out, and then come back to your 6,000 to finish it off. Okay? So that's how you do those. One more little thing. Another thing that people use, and it's similar to a pizza wheel, but it's not. It's a rotary cutter, and this is used to cut cloth, leather. It's used by quilters, dressmakers, people that work with leather goods, canvas, things like that. And it's actually a double-edged razor blade. It's got a bevel on both sides. And this is very good steel, and they're pretty expensive, so you want to learn how to sharpen these. Well, really, it's the same thing, but one little tip. You want to there's a little spring in here, and if you don't remove it, it won't spin. So take that out, put the nut back on there, and keep it in its holder like this, and hold it up there, and it'll get spinning, and do the one side, and then come around to the other, and then that'll get it turning, you can see, and get that other side, and if you need to, again, drop back in grit, and you can use either machine on this as well and save some money. Okay? Of course, any razor type edge, you're going to use this type of belt. So, and you'll see this in some of my other videos. This is a little single edge razor or a box cutter blade, and you could just drop it onto that fine belt, that 6,000, and do one side and the other and get it sharp. Okay? So there you go. So now we're going to serve you a pizza here, guys. So you're ready? You want a big or a small slice? Tell you what, we're going to cut that pizza just like that, and here you go. That's a small slice, or I'll give you a choice. Which one would you like? Okay? Hey, stay sharp, guys. Take care.